Yes, I am in one of the bathrooms in the United Polaris Lounge because I'm too scared to film in front of people. Today, we are flying from DC to Rome, Italy, and I am so excited. We kind of have a long layover here, but it's fine because we're just hanging out in the lounge, and so I'm gonna show everyone what the lounge looks like. It's just super nice and a super cool experience. And then we'll be getting on the flight to Rome. Film too much in the lounge because it started getting crowded, but this is where I hung out for about 4 to 5 hours, got a mimosa to start off the trip. I highly recommend the food in the lounge. It's actually really good. I was going to Rome, so of course I had to watch the Emily in Paris episode when she goes all around Rome. Watching this made me even more excited than I already was. So our flight was at night and I decided to go ahead and do my skincare routine in the Polaris bathroom so I didn't have to worry about it on the plane because my skin needed some help and I was so stressed out because there was a line of people waiting for the bathrooms and I was just trying to go as fast as I possibly could. All right, now the best part, getting on the plane and walking to my first class seat. The pillows and blankets on the plane were from Saks Fifth Avenue and they were so comfortable. As we were getting our areas unpacked, they came around with some champagne, which was super nice. Okay, I don't know why this is filmed up and down, but just bear with me. There's a reading light, and then you have a little cabinet that has your headphones, it has a water bottle, and then you can just put anything else you want during the flight in there. And then this area, you can plug in your chargers. There's also the remote to the TV, and then they'll also have the menu of everything they will be serving on the plane. Along with the pillows and blankets and everything else that they give you, they will also give you this bag that has all kinds of things you may need during the flight. As you can see, they give you some socks. They also give you an eye mask, which I found super helpful. Okay, this was my favorite little bag. I actually ended up using everything in it, and I will show you in just a few seconds. But they also give you a toothbrush, some soft tissues, and then these actually ended up being one of my favorite things, which was the earplugs. I didn't realize how much noise there would be, so those definitely came in handy. All right, now time for my favorite little package that they gave us. Starting out, we have the hydrating mist. This was actually super nice and refreshing, and I used it way more than I thought I would. Next, we have the hand cream. I love this because your skin dries out way more than you would think on a plane, so that was super nice to have. We also got a little face wipe and then some eye serum, which I used a lot because, again, your face dries out more than you would think. Lastly, we have the exfoliating lip balm. Sorry, I could not get it to focus. So yeah, if anyone looked over at me on the flight flight, I was spraying my face, putting on the hand cream, eye serum, lip balm. I loved this little package. I just found everything in there to be super useful and great for a long flight. Right after takeoff, they came around with some warm towels and it was so nice and soothing. They will also come around and make sure what you ordered for your appetizer and entree are correct. As you saw earlier, there are so many options for movies, and so when I was in the classic section, I was thinking I cannot pass on Mean Girls. They come around with warm nuts and more champagne, and then it's time for the appetizer. So I got the arugula salad with mozzarella. It was actually really good, and they gave me 2 slices of bread because they had some extra. Shortly after that, they will bring your entree. I got the seared Asian short rib, and it was pretty good. I know it doesn't look too appetizing on the camera, but luckily it tasted way better than it looked. Okay, now we're probably at my favorite part of the entire flight, which was this ice cream sundae. Oh my gosh. You can choose which toppings you want, and I chose chocolate chips, and it was amazing. After they served dessert, it was time for bed, so they turned off the lights, and I laid my seat flat and got my comforter and bedding all ready. With about 2 hours until landing, they will turn the lights back on and come around with another warm towel. I could not stop watching the flight map. They also came around and asked what we wanted for breakfast. I got egg bites with sausage. Trust me, it was way better than it looks. After breakfast, we had about 1 hour until landing, so they just prepare the cabin. I decided to do a little bit of makeup on the plane just so I could be a little more ready when we landed. I also ended up packing an outfit in my backpack, so when we landed, I could quickly just change and then be ready for Rome. I decided to wear an athletic dress because it was going to be really hot in Rome that day with a lot of walking. In fact, we ended up taking 22,000 steps that day.